There is no globe model. Let's explain. What is a model? A model is a three-dimensional representation of a person or a thing or a proposed structure, typically a smaller scale than the original. You're supposed to take the thing that you're talking about, this cosmology, you're going to bring the Earth down to a scale, and in that scale, it's a system or thing used as an example to follow or imitate, which means when you bring this globe Earth down to a scale and tilt it and all that other stuff, all of the science that you're purporting works on a macro scale must work on the micro scale. That's what a model is. Make no mistake about it. If you're going to say, oh, we have this ball that's spinning and their water sticks to it and people are upside down and it's holding in gases and air and stuff like that, if you are going to say globe model, you have to create a model in which all of that shit works. No, make an actual model in which the physics that you're proclaiming actually works. Do you know what they're never going to be able to do? That. What's a model? It's a likeness made to scale, an architect's set of designs. It's a three-dimensional representation of the science that you proclaim happens on a macro scale. We show it happening on a micro scale. So what is the ball? What is that globe? What is it? It's actually a concept or a theory. There is no model. There's no model. A concept is a general notion, the immediate object of a thought. So in other words, we dreamed it up. We thought it. We conceived it in our heads that this is how this thing works. Great. What is a theory? Essentially that. It's a conception. It's a mental scheme. So do we have a concept and a theory of the globe? Sure. No problem. We can all imagine a globe. We've seen the alleged image or pictures, which are images that are actually just not pictures at all, right? Of the globe. So we can conceive that in our minds. Do we have a model of it? No, we do not. Because in order to have a model of it, what is a model? As you guys know, as we just said, it's just like this. It's a model, like model railroad sets, model car. Those guys would have to make a model just like that in which all of their science works. Now, what's so beautiful about this is that they've got all the opportunity to do this in the world. Do you know why? Because of that bullshit that they placed in our classrooms. Globes. You have a quote-unquote representation of what you think conceptually what the Earth is. Now that you have that, make any of your science work on that thing. Then you would have a model. In order for them to have a model, you know what you'd have to do? Put water on that thing. Make it spin really fucking fast and make the water stick to it. Put people upside down right there and show me how gravity keeps them on the ball in a miniature scale, in a miniature microcosmic scale of how that works. Put a person on there with gravity holding them together, by the way, which, by the way, you would have to make gravity hold that whole thing together. So then you'd have to spin it, keep the person on there, and while you're spinning it, have all the water stay on the ball. Then you would have a model. Not only that, you also have to figure out and explain, and not even explain, I don't give a shit about your explanations or your conceptions or your theories. Show me a model of air and water and pressure staying on the ball without a container. Fuck the ball. Fuck the globe. Don't even give me a globe that's spinning and has water on and stuff like that. Forget about all that. Just make me a container without a container that contains gas and air pressure. Start there. Then we could say, oh, shit, they have a model. Then us flat earthers may have to be like, well, I guess still geometrically flat, but I guess they do have a model of how, but they don't have that. They haven't even come close. Not even close. Do you know how many things you would have to make work on that in order for their model to work? If you were going to proclaim that model for all of those atheists and stuff like that, you might as well make me a flying spaghetti monster model. Because that's how insane it is. You have a ball tilted, spinning at 1,037.5 miles an hour at the equator that's holding water on it and people upside down with gases and air pressure and all this other stuff, and you can't mimic any of it. You might as well make me a flying spaghetti monster model. That's how ridiculous this is. So stop saying they have a model. You're welcome. Okay.